Hello and welcome to Just Next Door, where we showcase the best parts of the greater Philadelphia area. I'm John Freeman.
And I'm Kyle Storty. This episode has got it all, from interior design and barbecue to parks and marathons. Sit back and relax while we show you what's just next door.
Welcome to Just Next Door. We have a variety of locations for you today. The first of which is a lovely place to bike, run, or spend some time with family.
We're taking you to the serene and scenic trails of Wissahickon Valley. With the park being voted Pennsylvania's best trail in 2018, it's a perfect spot for a morning run or an evening stroll. Let's take a look.
Beautiful park because they have like a really healthy variety in this forest of the different types of trees, which just makes the scenery amazing by being right next to the city. So at certain points, when there's like clearings in the trees, you just get like this beautiful view of like the sunset and everything, the pretty leaves in the fall. And it's an amazing place to be.
I love Wissahickon Park. For the most part, it's good if you want to run, walk. It's a nice walk with friends. So. I was able to get out of a city by coming here, which was nice and relaxing.
For a lot of people, like being out in nature like this isn't something that they're very familiar with, so it can definitely be intimidating. But throughout the whole park, there's like well-marked trails. It's pretty popular, so it's not like you're going to get lost and not be able to find anybody. Like there's always going to be people around. There's signs, so even if you're nervous about it and just want to come out for like a short trip, you can just go like look at the signs, find like a little route to do, and just kind of gradually get comfortable with it. It's a very like easy place to be. I think it's one of like the kind of overlooked hallmarks of Philly is these natural areas that we have.
Wow, what a great location. Wissahickon Valley Park is open from dusk till dawn if you'd like to pop down for a brisk jog along any of their trails. A view like that will get you to run for miles and miles.
How about 13 of them? Next up, we have the annual Philadelphia Half Marathon, where runners from all across the region put their endurance to the test.
Years for races like this, as running 13 miles is no easy feat. Roll the clip.
This is the Philly Marathon and Half Marathon. Held annually around mid-November, runners from all over the greater Philadelphia area come together on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway.
I feel really good about it. I was really nervous last night, like leading up to the race, like pre-race jitters, but once I got out there and started doing it, I was pretty confident that I was going to finish, and I did, so that was the goal. I liked watching them reading the signs. A lot of people had like ones that's like, press here for a power up, and like little kids were watching, which was really cute. I think it kind of brings a sense of community to the city. Like it brings all different types of runners, whether you're super fast or it's your first half marathon. There's like a big mix of people out here, so I think it's a great sense of camaraderie in the city of brotherly love.
Whether it be your people, your pooch, or a stranger you meet on the street, the atmosphere of the Philly Marathon and Half Marathon is encouraging and welcoming to all.
I'm out of breath just watching them. If you see me running 13 miles by choice, just know I lost a bet.
And what a great sight it is to have these runners be supported by their friends and family. It really goes to show how supportive and caring the running community is.
We'll actually have the opportunity to sit down with someone who ran the half marathon. Stick around if you'd like to hear her experience with running these races over the past years. We're headed over to Germantown to get some of the best barbecue around. Deke's Barbecue is a restaurant and bar that offers a variety of great eats.
So Deke's Barbecue is a restaurant which is actually now a chain restaurant because we have one other location that specializes in anything barbecue, whether that be brisket, chicken, you can name it. We're most famous for our brisket cheesesteak that comes with our specialty Q sauce and our cheese sauce. That's my personal favorite as well. We have potato wedges, we have fries, we have brisket sandwiches, we have any kind of barbecue that you can imagine. We also have wings and chickens. Besides food, Deke's Barbecue also offers drinks. We have a full-fledged bar that's actually open later than our kitchen is most nights, so you can also just come for a drink if you'd like. The atmosphere here at Deeks is really nice. I love working here. It's chill vibes on nights like Tuesdays, Thursdays, where we just have small events like open mic nights. Saturdays and Sundays can get pretty busy for sports games, but everyone here is super nice. It's LaSalle students, it's the local community of Germantown. It's really great. I think people like to come to Deeks Barbecue because it's a great spot to just hang out and get a drink. It's a great spot to get some great food, and it's also a great spot to play pool, play darts, play chess with your friends. And it's nice and local, the food's quick, the food's great, and I think that's why people enjoy coming here so much.
That food looks delicious. If you'd like to try some of Deeks' amazing food, they're open every day until 11 p.m., except Tuesday.
If that good-looking employee is
Testament to how the food tastes, I strongly advise grabbing a bite as soon as possible. For our next segment, we're staying right in Germantown to get our yoga on. Love Wellness Studio offers meditation and yoga classes to the general public, which might just be what you need after a run, John.
I completely agree with you, Kyle. A nice yoga class would be just what I need. Here's Love Studio.
So here at Love Wellness, we offer fitness classes 2 times a week. We also offer yoga and sunset mindfulness, which is a class that consists of meditation, journaling, and just self-reflection. Typically day to day, most of our classes start in the evenings. So most people are home from work, school, things like that. So each day is different. You know, some days it may be a fitness class that's going on, which is Kangoo Jumps. That's one of the classes that we offer. That's one of our more popular classes. Or it could be something as far as meditation, yoga, anything to that extent. So it varies, all depending on what's going on that particular day. Joining a place like this, a community like this, is really an opportunity for you to try new things and see what exactly it is that you would need to just help you live life more healthy.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Kyle. That looks like the perfect place to get a nice workout in. I've personally never taken a meditation class before, but I think I just might have to sign up after looking at that package. You can book a class online at lovwellness.com.
Now that we're all relaxed, how about a graphic novel to enjoy? Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex in Manayunk is a one-man comic shop that offers graphic novels, comic books, and even original art.
I'm JD, owner of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, a comic shop in Manayunk, PA, and I've been doing it for about 8 years now.
This is Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, located on Main Street in Manayunk. I had the opportunity to sit down with the owner of this comic book store to discuss the most popular comic books selling today, as well as ways that new fans can get access to new books and old favorites.
Amazing Spider-Man for Marvel is usually the top one. Batman for DC. For Image Comics, probably Invincible right now because of the cartoon that's going on, which is one of the all-time best in my estimation. I love Invincible, the comic book. Well, there's a thing called previews, so you can go through that every month, and that's sort of what we order from. There's a Marvel previews, a DC previews, and then a general previews. And it's actually like a physical catalog that you can flip through and be like, oh, I want this, 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 and this. There's also a bunch of YouTube channels that'll keep you up to date. There's, I think it's called like comicsthisweek.com. I'll just show you what's coming out this week, so yeah.
So if you're interested in getting into the comic book realm, head on down to Johnny Destructo's in Manayunk.
What an impressive collection. If you'd like to check out Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex for yourself, they're open from noon to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. I think I know who's going to be checking it out. I think it's going to be John, because I saw a Venom comic there, and I know you love Spider-Man.
For sure, huge Spider-Man fan. I actually grew up sleeping on Spider-Man bed sheets, so definitely my thing. Definitely interested in Batman. Marvel overall, just awesome. You know, comics are something that I love, something I have a passion for. I collect them, and I think, you know, taking a visit down to Johnny's is something that is definitely necessary.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a lost art comics, because we grew up mostly on movies and shows, right?
Right. So, you know, taking advantage of just, you know, writing and pictures and graphic comics and stuff like that is definitely something to consider for us, and something we definitely have to do.
Absolutely.
We're going to be taking a short break, but when we come back, I'll be sitting down with Claire Ortiz, a student at LaSalle who enjoys running in her free time. She participated in the Broad Street Run, Philly 5K Run, and Philly Half Marathon. Today we'll be discussing her experience running the Philly Half Marathon. Don't go anywhere.
That was a good discussion.
Yeah.
I think that was the perfect.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Trying new foods, making friends, and being curious helps too. Just like me, you want to maintain your brain health for as long as possible. I'd like to share with you insights that can make a difference. I'm Kevin Jameson, president of the Dementia Society of America. I'm excited to offer you our free guide. Inside, you'll find 10 building blocks to better brain health, along with facts about dementia, care planning, and how experts make a diagnosis. You'll learn what dementia is and isn't. The Dementia Society of America is a nonprofit organization, and we are ready to answer your questions. Get your free copy of the guide by visiting 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or by calling 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest? I do too, and I'm confident that our free guide can help.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for kids and teens. These programs cover doctor's appointments, hospital visits, prescriptions, shots, and more. As parents, we get peace of mind knowing that our children are covered if they are sick or get injured. You may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if you've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to Just Next Door. This year, over 15,000 runners enter a lottery and try to secure a spot in the Philadelphia Half Marathon. A fraction of these runners will get a chance to run on race day, and even less of them will see the finish line. We have a special guest today, Claire Ortiz, joining us from right here on LaSalle's campus. Claire was one of the runners who recently participated in the Philadelphia Half Marathon, and she's here to give us an inside look on what it takes to get in shape for such a difficult race. Welcome, Claire Ortiz, to the show.
Hello.
Just privileged to have you on today. Someone with your lung capacity. I mean, running's not the easiest thing, and something that we kind of want to discuss and kind of want to learn is just what you've been able to do as a runner and how you really prepare for these races. So first question, I want to get right into it, straight to business. How did you get into running, and is running something that you picked up from a family member or something that you were inspired to do from someone else, or?
I mean, I've always been physically active, I think. In high school, I played field hockey, I danced, a lot of different sports. In college, I didn't do any collegiate athletics, so I needed something that was easy to do, accessible in between classes, in the morning, at nighttime, just whenever I could. I don't come from a big running family. I told my mom that I was doing this, and she said, I don't know where you get it from, because it's not from me. So I just kind of got it into my free time, especially with like a packed schedule. Yeah.
Really? So you don't you don't come from a running family at all? Wow. So how do you physically prepare for these races? They're not the easiest things to prepare for.
Right. I think it's just a lot of time that you put into it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, run this long for this many hours, and I don't even do that. I just try to get out. I try to get moving as long as I can, and just every day you go a little bit further.
So just get out and get moving.
Yeah.
That's the recommendation. Okay. So we talked about physical preparation. What about mental preparation? How do you prepare your mind for these things? I mean, they're pretty long. That's why they're called marathons.
Yeah. I was really grateful to have last year and this semester a little running club. I call it Little LaSalle's Running Club. Me and my friends would go out to the Schuylkill River on Kelly Drive. We'd run together, which is just nice to be motivated by other people. And during the half marathon itself, I did run with my really good friend Mia, and we ran together. So I think it's really helpful for me to run with people. rather than by myself, because we kind of encourage each other while we're doing it.
Okay, awesome, Claire. So we talked about the half marathon that you recently ran this past week or week before. We mentioned the Philly 5K, something else you also participated in another race. But we want to kind of understand, like, what's a typical race for you? You know, like on race day, what usually happens? What goes down? What's the business?
So I usually get up pretty early. I'm an early riser. I like to do my hair. I do it in little braids. Just like I put bows in my hair this year. It's just fun. And I usually have some oatmeal for breakfast, some banana.
Nice.
I usually have a little bit of coffee just to give myself a little energy. And I try to hydrate a long time, like the week before. So I'm not just drinking water the morning of, so I don't have to like go to the bathroom right away when I'm at the race line.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like typical morning for me.
Okay. So a little caffeine to, you know, boost your energy. So Claire, when you were running the half marathon, what were you experiencing? Were you feeling like good? Were you feeling bad? You know, considering you have experience running races?
Thank goodness it was a beautiful day. When I ran the Broad Street run, it was pouring rain, which was crazy, but it was a beautiful day. It was wonderful. There was just lined with people, especially in like Rittenhouse and University City, the big areas. And it was great. Everyone's so encouraging and cheers you on.
Awesome. So you mentioned the Broad Street Run. So I have two races right here. I want to just mention, I want you to kind of compare them and let us know, you know, what's the difference between the two. So we obviously have the Broad Street Run that you just mentioned, and then the Philadelphia half marathon, Philly half marathon, which you also just ran the past couple weeks. What's the difference between the two? And, you know, what were you feeling, you know, while running the two?
I will say the Philadelphia half marathon, even though it's a whole weekend, it's not a huge race. I mean, it is like 15,000 people, but the Broad Street Run, it's gigantic. And everyone collects right at the Olney Transmission Center. So we literally just walked from our apartment down the street to Broad Street, and everyone is there. And I think the energy during the Broad Street, while they're both like incomparable and you can't imagine that, the Broad Street, like everyone is lined the entire way. I think during the half marathon, there are some parts where it's like not a lot of people and it's kind of like, oh, discouraging. But like the Broad Street, it's from Olney to NRG Station. Like it's insane the amount of people that come out.
So cool. Question I'm definitely gonna ask you, because me, myself, I don't run. I don't like running long. What keeps you motivated to run? Because for a lot of people like myself, running can get boring. Like what drives you, you know, for the next race and then the next race after that?
I think it's honestly just the idea that I could do it. I used to hate running. Honestly, like I didn't come from a running family. I hated running. I hated like conditioning and field hockey. So it's just like, oh my gosh, like I did this and I completed it. And like I have this little sign in my house that's like, you're a 13.1 mile finisher, which is just like, I did that. And I have a medal for it and I get to show it to my family and friends, and everyone's just so happy. So it's just the end.
Yeah, definitely. Claire, you mentioned your mother and you mentioned just your family in general, not coming from a running background or a running family at all. But you can still get the support from them. You know, how did they support you in any way, whether it's reposting, you know, how you finish on Instagram or Twitter or what have you? How did they support you in a way?
So for the Broad Street, at least, when it was pouring rain, my boyfriend and my really good friend came down and met me at the middle of the race and at the end of the race, which is just like in the middle of the pouring rain. It's amazing. And then for the half marathon, my friend's boyfriend and my boyfriend came, supported us at the beginning and at the middle and at the end. So it's just seeing people's faces, you know. Also on your bibs for the half marathon has your name. So you hear people cheering your name on. You don't even know them, but it's just like those supports really great.
Yeah. Last question, Claire. So is there any advice that you have for someone who's looking to, you know, get into running? You know, maybe they want to just go out to the park and run, or they want to, you know, run a marathon, or, you know, get involved, you know, more active. Is there any advice that you have for them if they're watching right now?
Yeah. Just get out on a good day. Don't do it in horrible weather. Do it in the sunshine. Do it in the cold if you'd like. Just get out and run. Wear something comfortable, and you can do it.
Well, Claire, it's been a pleasure just learning from you today, just talking with you today. It's a pleasure just, again, to have you on Just Next Door. And we hope to, you know, just keep up with you and what you're doing in running and, you know, your future marathons as well. We'll definitely be the ones to support you.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, Kyle and I will take you on our last few locations, some of which include an interior design studio, a soul food shop, and even more places to eat. See you soon. We're just like at the bumper, so it's like.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Welcome back, everyone. A special thanks to Claire for coming in and speaking with John about her experience running the half marathon. I can only imagine how much willpower it takes you to keep yourself disciplined for the months leading up to the race.
I couldn't agree more, Kyle. Next up, we have a minority-owned interior design studio that specializes in all forms of home decor, from rugs to pillows to paintings. Let's check out Homeworks Well, located right off of Germantown Avenue.
Homeworks is an interior design studio, but we also have an aspect of our business that includes retail and allows us to share any number of really interesting home accessories. And we've had the opportunity to really experience the support of the Chestnut Hill community as a small woman-owned, minority-owned business. We've grown this brand from a concept into actually being here as a retail concern. We do have a manager who's in charge of the entire showroom experience. Her name is Sarah. Sarah has an extensive retail background, and she and I have been building this concept. As a rule, our focus is on one of two things: either vintage, rare, very hard to find items that would accent the home, or things that are trending right now in home decor. And so small things like frames, small statues, any of these things are things that we would use, even little drop boxes. The interior design of anyone's home is really one of the most personal ways that they can express who they are into a cohesive design. And so that's really what we come in, where we come in. We're not there to force our impressions of what design are. It's really that we listen, we take those elements that we hear coming from the homeowner, and then we bring them together in a way that really enhances their lifestyle.
Whoa, I might have to make a stop on my way home. I could definitely use something to spruce up my apartment. How was your experience with Homeworks Well, John?
It was awesome. Shout out to Sean Gibbons, the founder. Great hospitality, great environment. I definitely think anyone in an apartment or a home should stop by Homeworks Well and check it out.
Thank you very much, John. You know, sometimes the hardest part of getting places like that off the ground is finding where your home base is. This next segment focuses on a Chester Springs native who helps small businesses find their home in Philadelphia.
My name's Lori Livingston. I work for eXp Commercial. I'm a realtor for the southeastern region of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and surrounding counties. I got into real estate about 5 years ago. I got into it just because I needed some flexibility to my schedule in regards to some personal issues that would demand my attention to my family. So this allowed me the flexible schedule to accommodate raising 2 daughters and being able to still work. So coming from a corporate background, everything was about the numbers, so I focused mostly on commercial real estate, small businesses, and trying to get them the right location in order to succeed in their endeavors of their business. I also work with a bunch of investors because it is about the numbers, and we look for the most profitable locations and properties. So I was born and raised in Philadelphia, and I graduated from Temple University. Just being one Philly native and understand different neighborhoods, it's great to help a client find the right niche and right location for their business. So when you ask, what was your most successful transaction? It's not necessarily associated to what the dollar figure was versus just getting that feel good, hey, I got it right for my client and the location and the business and seeing them succeed. It's just, hard work, finding the location, getting them in and starting off their business. So it's really exciting when you just hit it right and you're like, this is the greatest location, and they feel awesome about it, and you really have to investigate what their business is, get them the right location so that they can succeed, and then you succeed.
What an inspiration. Having the drive to help small businesses find the place to actually do their business is a terribly difficult task.
Agreed, John. It's people like that giving advice to the next guy that keeps the world going round.
We saw a lot of places today, amazing places that is, on Just Next Door: barbecue, parks, trails, comics, yoga, and even interior design.
I think we covered our bases quite well today, John. I think already I have my entire week planned out after seeing such wonderful locations around the Philadelphia area. What about you?
Oh, absolutely, Kyle. I definitely agree. I'm sure we'll be crossing paths with many of you at these spots moving forward. Just make sure to leave the Superman comics just for me, and Spider-Man as well. I like Spider-Man.
Well, no promises here. Well, I think that just about does it for this episode of Just Next Door. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to check us out on social media for more content just like this. You can find us on Twitter at LaSalle TV Philly, or subscribe to us on YouTube at LaSalle TV Philly. I'm Kyle Storti.
And I'm John Freeman. We will see you next time on Just Next Door.